What's up, MMA fans? It's been a long time since my last video. Work has been crazy for the last 6 months, but I'm back and looking to do some videos on some various topics, which include fighter records, the business of MMA, and my next video will be the next Viewer's Choice video, Volume 2. Input from the viewers has been outstanding. Ton of prospects have been mentioned. It'll probably take 2 videos to complete this list. I will plug each viewer who sent me a named prospect, and like I said, the input's been outstanding. There's been a lot of talk recently about the heavyweight division, the fall of affliction, free agents, of course Fedor, and specifically top 10. From talking to different forum users and video posters, they seem to think that the UFC was barely able to find enough talent to put together a heavyweight show. I have an opposite stance in this position, and therefore I put together a fantasy list of potential heavyweight prospects that could have been used for top 10. Mind you, some are there for talent, others are there for ratings, drama, what have you. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 1 on the list, Chad Corvin. 5-0 as professional, 6-0 as an amateur, 6'5", 253 pounds. 4 knockouts, 1 submission, all first-round stoppages. 23 years old. E-Town beatdown, trains at that gym. Much heralded high school wrestler, was runner-up in his senior year. Good wrestler, good strength and athleticism, and devastating punching power. A can't-miss prospect. A lot of people that do know of him are expecting big things of him. So gotta watch out for Chad Corvin. And as we go through this, I will list all the fighters' names in the right-hand column of the box. So if you want to take a look at some of these fighters afterwards, Google them, look at their fight finders, stuff like that, you'll be able to. The second guy on the list, now if I hadn't mentioned this guy 6 months ago, I may have taken some heat, but with its recent start to his MMA career, people are starting to change their opinions. At 6'3", 265 pounds, 33 years old, Bobby Lashley is 4-0, trains out of American Top Team. Now this guy brings talent to the show, but in spike size, you bring in huge ratings. Of course, being a former pro wrestler, you would bring that audience in, and even the MMA fans, hardcore and casual, would want to check it out to see how he does against upper echelon competition. He attended Missouri College, 3-time national amateur wrestling champ, 4-time All-American, 2-time Armed Forces champ, and a 2002 silver medalist at the Military World Championship. Recently came off a dominating victory over Bob Sapp, unanimous decision win over Jason Guina. I've seen him fight at MFC 21 in Edmonton, and I gotta tell you folks, this guy is one huge physical specimen. The intrigue would do wonders for tough ratings, and it will be interesting to see how Lashley would pan out. Number 3 on the list, the long-awaited return of the GRACIES would also help tough 10's intrigue. Enter Roger Gracie. Team Gracie Barra, 6'4", 220 pounds, 27 years old, 2-0 with submission victories over Yuki Kondo and Ron Waterman. BJJ black belt, promoted to a 2nd degree black belt by Carlos Gracie Jr., won the 2005 ADCC Submission Wrestling World Championships, taking 1st place in the open weight class and in the 88 to 98 kilogram class, submitting all 8 of his opponents, the first ever to accomplish this. Also won BJJ World Champ Mud Isles, a record 8 times, 6 times in a weight class, and 2 open weight classes. ADCC Super Fight Champ 2007. He has won too many submission wrestling competition and titles to list them all. Solid addition to the show. Number 4 on the list, and actually the next 2 competitors I have on the list here, I have to give a shout out to Bettis Forever. He had also mentioned these fighters. He sent me a message about them. I'm not sure if he does MMA videos, but he is on YouTube, so check him out. He knows his stuff. He will be mentioned in the next Viewer's Choice video because he also has some other great additions. Number 4, Damian Grabowski, 6'1", 235 pounds, 29 years old, 10-0, 4 knockouts, 6 submissions. Recent winner of the UCFC one-night tournament, 16-man tournament, one night where he fought and stopped all 4 of his opponents in that one night, including MMA vet Miodrag Petrovic. BJJ submission wrestling background, Poland's #1 ranked heavyweight. Again, Spike usually requires English speaking, but I'd like to see him in the house, scheduled to fight Valentin Overeem at Beast of the East in Poland this November. Number 5 on the list, Rodrigo MUNDURUCA, 260 pounds, 31 years old, 6 feet tall, 2 KO, 4 submissions. Again, he's at 6-0, including defeating UFC veteran Jason Day. Part of Team Canada in the FILA World Championships in the super heavyweight division. He won gold in the gi competition and placed 3rd in the non-gi competition. He's been training to stand up with K1 fighter Gijo Dinali, a top level BJJ guy and maybe Canada's top heavyweight MMA fighter. So check him out, Rodrigo MUNDURUCA. Number 6 on the list. This guy is is this guy a good MMA fighter? I'm not sure. Will he bring in huge ratings? Yes. Is this guy a good sambo wrestler? Yes. Enter BLAGOI Ivanov, 5'11", 245 pounds, 23 years old. I can see it now. Spike would advertise him as the man who beat Fedor. Only problem is he beat Fedor in a sambo match on throws, after losing to Fedor in their previous match in 2008 Combos Wrestling. 2008 Combat Sambo Wrestling World Champ. Apparently he hasn't fought in MMA yet, but Sherdog shows him as having 2 MMA fights, 1 victory and 1 no contest. He is signed out with Sengoku, and he's scheduled to fight Fujita at Sengoku 9, and is rumored to fight Fedor's brother Alexander at FMC in September, on September 26th, in Seoul, South Korea. Whether or not Ivanov is a legitimate fighter remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, a lot of people will tune in to check it out. Number 7 on the list, Chase Gormley, 6-0, 6'3", 265 pounds, NAIA All-American wrestler at Lindenwood University. Trained with Antonio Rodrigo and Anderson Silva at Black House Gym. He's a paid sparring partner for heavyweight boxers Chris Aurelio and Lance Whitaker. Key wins over Elite XC vet John Murphy and Eric Pele and prospect John Devine. His affliction fight versus Ben Rothwell has been moved to UFC 104. It will be interesting to see how this fight pans out for a step up in competition for Gormley. Number 8 on the list, Fabio Maldonado, former pro boxer, 11-3 with 8 knockouts, 29 years old, trains with Team Nogueira. His obvious big asset is his hands and footwork, being an ex-pro boxer, but he has great training partners, obviously with Team Nogueira, and has shown the ability to take opponents down and control them. Check out Fabio Maldonado's highlight reel on my YouTube page to see what he brings to the table. Number 9 on the list, Ricardo Romero, 8-1, 4 knockouts, 3 submissions, 2-0 as an amateur. His only loss was by disqualification. He's fighting Brett Cohen in September for the ROC heavyweight title. He's a small heavyweight, but talented for sure. Key wins over Karen Grigorian, James Ixuini. Split decision over Costa Philippou, who, by the way, is another fighter to watch out for. I believe he was an NCAA wrestler. Can't really find any information on that, but he does have solid wrestling and decent ground and pound.